Hey everybody, it's Greg with Smartphone Amy, and today we're going to take a look at the Samsung Galaxy S. If you're here in the States, you're going to see a form of this phone on all of the four major carriers. T-Mobile is going to carry it as the Vibrant, AT&T is going to have it as the Captivate, on Verizon it's going to be the Fascinate, and on Sprint it's going to be the Epic 4G. However, on Sprint it's going to actually be the Galaxy S Pro, so it'll have a full slide-out QWERTY keyboard as well as 4G. Version we're looking at today is a quad-band GSM phone with tri-band 3G. Phone weighs in 118 grams, so it's very light. Build quality is very nice, primarily high-grade plastic. You've got metal perimeter, sort of a smoke gray around the outside, little metal accent around the camera here on the back. Size comparison-wise, let's take a look at the iPhone 4. Give you a little idea size comparison. The Samsung S is longer, wider, just a little bit thicker. Phone very thin, feels really good in your hand. Take a quick look around the phone. On the bottom is the microphone. Left hand side's volume rocker, lanyard loophole. Above that is the micro USB port. Has a neat little door to protect the port itself. Next to that is a 3.5mm headphone jack, and on the right hand side is the power and lock key. On the back of the phone is a 5-megapixel camera with autofocus, geotagging, touch focus, face and smile detection. Also shoots video 720p at 30 frames per second. Underneath the battery cover is a 1500 milliamp battery, the SIM card slot, as well as the micro SD card slot. The battery does not have to be removed to exchange or replace a micro SD card. On the front of the phone, upper right hand corner, you've got a front facing VGA camera for video calls. The screen itself is a 4-inch Super AMOLED capacitive touch display showing 480 by 800 pixels, offers multi-touch as well as an accelerometer sensor and proximity sensor. Below the screen you have 3 touch sensitive keys, a back key, a home key, as well as a main menu key. Phone itself comes in 2 versions, 8GB internal storage or 16GB of internal storage. Also has 512 megabytes of RAM, 2 GB of ROM. You can expand memory an additional 32 GB through micro SD cards. Phone offers Wi-Fi B, G, and N with support for DLNA, Bluetooth version 3 with support for A2DP, GPS with support for AGPS. It runs on an ARM Cortex A8 1 GHz processor. The operating system is Android 2.1 Eclair with Samsung's TouchWiz 3.0 user interface overlay. Alright, let's continue our look at the Samsung Galaxy S, and let's spend some time taking a look at the user interface. Again, it runs Android 2.1 Eclair and has Samsung's TouchWiz 3.0 user interface overlay. What all of that means is you're going to get 7 different panels that you can customize either with Android or Samsung widgets, bookmarks, folders, contact information, or application shortcuts. To add a widget, very simply hold down on the screen. Widget menu will pop up. Let's pick a Samsung widget. Let's do the calendar clock, and then we've added it to the panel. To remove it, simply hold down on it to feel the haptic feedback, slide it down, turns red, let go, and it's done. Probably noticed it supports live wallpaper as well. Typical Android, you've got your notification bar at the top. Sliding down will open up your notification bar, show you your notifications. I've got an email that's on red. I can tap on it, go directly to it, or hit the clear button to clear it. Also have a couple connectivity manager shortcuts, one for Bluetooth, one for Wi-Fi. Also a couple of profile shortcuts, one for silent, one for vibration. To close the notification manager, just simply slide up from the top. Phone multitask, holding on the home key will bring up the last 6 applications you access that are currently running in the background. Also, by holding down the main menu key, you'll open up a quick search either through voice or you can type your search in. Let's take a quick look at the gallery. I've taken a few pictures with the phone since I picked it up. And again, this has no flash. Let me zoom in a little bit. Give me a little better look at it. So that was taken indoors without any flash. This was also indoors without any flash. Video we'll get to in a minute. Obviously that was outdoors. Double tap to zoom in. Also offers multi-touch. Take a quick look at the video I shot. Nothing spectacular, just standing outside the office. Again, it shoots video 720p at 30 frames per second. Okay, so there's a look at the camera application and gallery application. Let's take a look at messaging because this phone offers swipe. And I don't know how many of you are familiar with that or not. And it's a pretty cool input method. To access, let me get rid of all this first. To determine what type of input method you use when you pick up the phone, you're going to hold down on the message editor box. You'll see input method and you see your choices, Samsung keyboard or swipe. Under Samsung keyboard you can also use handwriting recognition as far as input for this phone. We'll stick with swipe for a moment. And we're going to call John on Tuesday. And that's it. It's that easy. So I find it a great way to input text. And again, you can use the keyboard as you normally would if you choose to, or you can use the swipe. So that's a look at the input on text messaging. Also works on email, or basically anytime you input text you can set it up that way. Let's take a look at maps, and as far as navigation, you can access navigation through the voice search. Let me back off here a little bit. Navigate to Starbucks. You'd think I know how to get to Starbucks by now. We should get a list. And it's currently grabbing the signal. Sometimes it takes quite a while to actually come up with the voice turn-by-turn navigation, but it does work. You'll have to trust me on that. But it works quite well. And again, you've also got Google Maps that you can use as well. Let's take a quick look at YouTube.
Thank you for calling the Pizza Shack. This is Hilda. Would you like any extra toppings, or would you just like me on top of you? Yeah, Hilda? Hey, Shane. Eating your feelings again? No.
Anyway, there's a quick look at YouTube. And the YouTube application is typical Android. Again, everything on this phone is very smooth, very responsive. Let's take a quick look at the browser. And I've got Engadget loaded at the moment. Let's take a look at it in profile. And you can see just how smooth it is. One thing I did notice, like the iPhone 4, double tap to zoom in, but when you multi-touch it doesn't reformat it to fit the screen like it does on the Incredible and a few of the other Android phones. But it's very smooth, very easy to use. Let's launch a page. Launch my review page. Again, I'm running this off my home Wi-Fi, not the network, and I also have the screen turned up as bright as it will go. Double tap to zoom in. And you've got multi-touch, and it scrolls very smoothly. Overall, very, very nice handset, very nice smartphone, and it's extremely lightweight. Viewing angle on the screen is quite impressive when you get to see it in person. And the Super AMOLED display is absolutely gorgeous. Anyway, I threw a little personal opinion in there at the end. I hope you don't mind. I hope it's been helpful. Take care.